What are you seeing nationally in terms of recruiting right now with the early official visits? Are you seeing any trends, and how are you guys approaching it right now?
Going through Twitter, you see some guys that are starting to put out early official visit dates. I have friends in the coaching profession, and we talk, and everyone's pretty mum on what they're going to do in terms of, are you going to use a spring official visit or aren't you? But now, the kids, they can't keep a secret. They want you to know that they're visiting the campus on this date. So, as the signing date looms, I think, and this is the way it should be. It's not, but I think it's the way it should be. From August to December, every high school kid should be worried about winning the state championship. They shouldn't be worried about where am I going on Saturday in terms of recruiting. They should be trying to be the best high school senior, junior that they can be. But that signing date, putting it there, has now sped everything up, because those kids that want to focus on their senior season, they have to get on campus now. They have to get on campus now, January.
So do you look at these early visits on a case-by-case basis if you have a kid from Florida or wherever where it makes sense to bring them in?
Also, totally case-by-case, because the thing is, with an official visit, and most kids will tell you, if you talk to them, if you come for a full day unofficial visit here or anywhere else, that official visit is going to look very similar, besides for now the school's picking up the bill. But you're going to see the campus, you're going to see the stadium, you're going to be able to put the jersey on. How many times do you need to do that before you make your decision? I can understand there are kids that want to take in the game day atmosphere. I'm all for that. You need to see that. But if you were able to do that unofficially as a junior, then what's going to change as a senior?
So are official visits maybe not as important as they used to be?
Not saying they're not as important. Not saying that they're not as important. What I'm saying is with kids taking more unofficial visits, sure. You see it now. Kids are traveling. It's another opportunity. If that's the kid's only way of getting on campus, then yes, it is 100% important. But if that kid's visited campus 4, 5, 6 times already, you paying for it later on in the year, what does that really change? What does that really account to athletes? I had a group of kids in here yesterday, and I told them, I firmly believe this, that I think all Division I athletes are made when the sperm hits the egg. There's nothing else that's going to go on after that that's going to get that kid from high school to be a college level player. It's about size, it's about speed, it's about just the mental attitude. But the size and speed are easy to see, really easy to see. The grit, how the kid responds to adversity, those things you can't tell. And that's what really sets kids apart when they get to our level. The amount of grit that they have, their ability to respond to adversity, and go through the tough times, because there will be tough times. Home life situation, there's a lot of things that go into a kid's mental makeup, and when they hit the culture that is here, as part of our job, when we go out recruiting, we want to make sure we want to have all the information that we can have to make sure that we're bringing the right kid in here that will fit what we're asking them to do, and we won't compromise anything, because you have a responsibility, not just to the other coaches, but you have a responsibility to the players in the locker room as well. They come up to you and say, "Hey, coach, well, this kid doesn't fit what we're trying to do." You don't want that. You don't want that. That's part of our responsibility as coaches, to make sure that we don't have that happening. I tell them my recruiting story. I think that's as big as anything that I can sell. Like when I go outside of the region to talk to a kid, because I'm not from the region, so I can tell them my thoughts before visiting Iowa, my thoughts while I was at Iowa, and then after I graduated, my thoughts, reflection upon Iowa. And it's one of those things where I tell kids, anything that anyone's ever told you about Iowa, if it's been negative, I can guarantee you they've never visited. Okay, is it cold? Yes. Okay, it's the Midwest, but it's cold in Chicago, it's cold in Minneapolis. It's the Midwest. That's what you get. But until you take a visit, how can you ever really know? And that's the challenge in recruiting, is to get those kids here. And I feel myself, I feel like I'm in a really good position, a really good role, to be able to go out there, outside the region, and be able to sell my experiences here. Okay, all of them, bad, good, indifferent, all of my experiences here. And the most important thing that I tell them that's unique is, You know, the guy that I'm working for now, you know, I know Phil Parker's our defensive coordinator, but I remember it's December of 1999, Phil Parker walking into Olive Branch High School and put me against the wall to see how tall I was. And now I work here, and I work for Phil Parker. You don't have that story at any other college. I'll guarantee you don't have it, because you know the type of stability that we have and the longevity that we have, it's unprecedented.
I know you guys don't.
If a kid visits here and he has genuine interest, I have no problem extending an offer. If a kid just wants to be recruited, no, I'm not going to appease you. You know, it's not. I don't want you to tweet out, you know, what you're blessed to receive. You have no intention of coming. You have no idea what I'm trying to offer you. If that's your motive.
Well, 2 and 3 star guys.
There's nothing wrong with the 4 and 5 star guy, because I think. And there's nothing that we notice anything in terms of work ethic about the 4 and 5 star guy that you don't see in the 2 star guy. You know, the stars are man-made. They are. They're given by recruiting analysts, recruiting gurus. They're given to you by what camps you go to and perform well at. They're given to you by how big the brand schools that are recruiting. That's how you get the stars. That has nothing to do with the ability of the kid. So, you know, a 2-star guy, 5-star guy, you know, it may be that 5-star guy is in a really populated area with a lot of attention and a lot of people are watching this kid and he's got a lot of publicity. Maybe you get a 5-star kid, but you can take a kid with the same amount of ability, but he's in a rural part of town and he hasn't gone to any camps. How do you differentiate between the two if you don't go see both kids? You might see both kids and you say, well, this kid right here, he may be a 2-star according to Rivals, but he'd be a knockout here.